But she's a queen, and such a queen, such a laughter is sucked in her brains. Now she's leading him on, and she'll lay him right down. Yes, she's leading him on, and she'll lay him right down. But it could have been me, yes, it could have been me.
He was so beautiful, really beautiful, and his songs were just, they were girls' lyrics, weren't they? Ride a white swan. I mean, it's like, what guy would say ride a white swan? I mean, it's so limp-wristed. It's beautiful.
I remember seeing Bolan after all these heavy bands had been on stage, and he came on stage and he said, "Hi, my name's Mark. You might have seen me on Top of the Pops," you know. And all the blokes in the audience were picking up clods of earth and chucking them at him, and all their girlfriends were going, "No, he's lovely. Leave him alone."
Things began to take off for the electrified T-Rex with their first appearance on Top of the Pops. Having already persuaded him to wear some unusually colourful clothes for the occasion, his publicist had a last-minute idea that would launch Bolan's pop career.
Just as he was going on stage on Top of the Pops live, after having done the rehearsal already, she got a whole lot of glitter and just threw it into his face. And that was really what made his image for the next 3 years.
Get It On heralded the moment when glam rock was invented. Mixing up sexually suggestive lyrics with childish rhymes, colourful clothes with a thrusting rock guitar, Mark Bolan made girls scream again and opened the doors to a world that would eventually belong to one of his pals from the 60s fringes.
Mark and David, who were doing the glam rock thing to its fullest, were really afraid of what people thought of them. And although it took courage to do that, it takes courage for a man to wear makeup and to put on these clothes and to be right out front and in your face. It really takes courage.
This is the face the public wants. An ex-art student from Brixton, whose dad worked for Dr. Bernardo's Homes, has turned himself into a bizarre, self-constructed freak.
Impromptu, isn't it?
Small jean genie snuck off to the city, strung out on lasers and slashback blazers, and ate all your razors while pulling the waiters, talking about Monroe and walking on Snow White. New York's a go-go and everything tastes nice. Poor little greenie. Ooh. Get back on it. Jean Genie lives on his back. The Jean Genie loves chimney stacks. It's outrageous, the screams and he falls. The Jean Genie, let yourself go. Sits like a man, but he smiles like a reptile. She love him, but just for a short while. She'll scratch in the sand, won't let go of his hand. He says he's a beautician, sells you nutrition, keeps all your dead hair for making up.
The long hair and love beads have given way to glitter makeup, platform shoes, and a whole new taste for glamour, nostalgia, and just plain outrageousness. Today's youngsters are singing a whole new tune.
So you're saying you're bisexual?
Yeah, I like boys, I like girls. They're all great. No difference, is there?
If you wanted to get the really hip girls, you better look like one of them.
Everybody wanted in on glam. Even the kings of the 60s realized that camping it up was now the only game in town.
The music is the mask, while I in my chiffon and taff, well, part of the message.
What about your fans? Aren't they likely to get the wrong impression?
And which wrong impression is that?
Well, you're a blinking fruit.
Well, thank you, sir, and no. It doesn't concern me in the least. I should think that if people were to get the wrong impression of me, the one to which you so eloquently referred, it wouldn't be the wrong impression in the slightest.
That is me! That's me,
I was at school in Leeds, and just let me know that there was something else going on out there. You weren't sure even what it was. You couldn't even give it a name. It was just something, the way he will glitter on his face, the way he was kind of effeminate. It was hard to believe that now, but it was very shocking at its time.
When I first saw Bolan and Bowie, they looked like they could have come from Mars, really. But would it be possible for you to turn yourself into it?
I saw Mark Bolan and Mickey Finn perform the song on Top of the Pops, and it completely changed my life. It was the most glamorous and sexy and alien thing I'd ever come across. I thought he was the most beautiful creature alive. I fell in love with him.
Into this scene because it's supposedly the thing to do right now, but you just can't fake being gay. You know, if you're going to claim that you're gay, you're going to have to make love in gay style, and most of these kids just aren't going to make
people
it.
who were actually representing it were people that were straight. Do you saying like Jagger? You know, this ambiguous sexuality and effeminate presentation was done by men at that time. And Mark Bolan was certainly not gay.
It's not just a bunch of fellas wandering around looking like big puffs. I remember David pointing out that Elvis dyed his hair and had worn eye makeup from the beginning. So it was an intrinsic part of rock and roll, at least of a certain very important element in rock and roll. In fact, most of the sex going on in that scene was heterosexual sex. There was quite a fair dollop of the other kind, but most of it was heterosexual sex.